I love this intro. It's always so fun. It's so silly.
It's
good music. Welcome back to the Getting Football Podcast, episode 10. Episode 10. We reached a decade of episodes. Again, actually, we did it before, but this is with the new layout,
new name,
the new everything. Season's done. Running out of topics to talk about, but we found some. Don't worry. We found some.
We found some at the bottom of the barrel.
Found some.
Hey, we can always talk about Tottenham.
It's true. There always is. We always end up doing it. We got a few topics here. Actually, we might have to throw in Tottenham there at some point. I wouldn't be upset about it. We got some Leeds stuff. We got some Jesse Marsch USA with Leeds stuff. Messi, MLS. We already made a video on it. We're back again because rumors are here. Benzema leaving for Saudi Arabia. And a little surprise for the new La Liga logo that was apparently released. I haven't seen it yet, so it's going to be a surprise for me as well. I might have spoiled it for me. Right
I might have. Sorry, I didn't know. I didn't know. I was trying to confirm to make sure we are all talking about the same logo, and I forgot that we're doing a review all together. So I want to apologize to
and you ruined it
for that.
It's okay.
Damn.
It's okay, Andres. It's okay.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. So that's like the lowdown for the episode today. So if you want to stick around and listen to all those topics, weigh in on those topics, by the way, in the comments. We love that. Someone weighed in last episode about the whole Italian sweep, which since then can't happen anymore because the first European final didn't happen. That's okay. This week we got the Conference League final. That's Wednesday.
Come on.
Andres might be excited. I can't tell.
Lads, I am so confident and so excited. I can't wait till Wednesday.
He's confident now.
Wait.
I have a strong belief. I have a strong belief in my team.
Oh, I need a Fiorentina win. I'm manifesting a Fiorentina win right now.
We're all Fiorentina.
I need that.
We're all
Why
Fiorentina.
you do this to me? Why you do this? Why do you want to see me cry? Why do you want to see me cry? I'm gonna cry either way, but like, why do you want to see me cry?
I genuinely thought of getting a Fiorentina kit just for the game, but then I realized I'm broke. It's okay.
Yep.
I settled with Nigeria instead, which Dig also has, by the way. But
I do.
Anyway, that's not the point. Let's get to the football.
Matching.
Let's get to the football. I know. I thought we had a clear sense of what we were going to do today, but Digger didn't think so.
Okay, you want me to go?
No, I'm messing.
I think you should go switch. I think you should go switch for the culture. For the culture, go switch.
All right, Digger switching. We're sticking with the green of Getting Football podcast. I love it. I just didn't show up to soccer that day. So.
I wasn't there. I had a game. That night too.
My 10-year-old cousin Julian even has a kit now that we all got.
Okay, I just want to say for the viewers watching, they have no idea what's going on, but we play some games together. We go out to a park and we play, and I was invited. I did not go. I had some stuff. I had a game that day as well, so I missed out on these kits. But you know what? Next time maybe we'll bring you guys along. There we go. That's class. That's clean.
Yeah, Andres, what if we did do an episode playing soccer?
I am totally down. I think we totally should do that. I think that'd be a lot of fun to do. Challenges, TikToks. Hey, let us know in the comments if you want to see that.
Silly. This is quite
embarrassing. Embarrassing our skills, showing our skills that we don't have.
Yeah.
Lack of skill.
Yeah. Dude, I don't know. Julian. I told Andres about Julian. He was killing it, my little cousin. Anyway, let's move on to the footy. We're almost 5 minutes into it. We haven't got to football yet.
Yeah, we're having fun today.
We're having fun today. Let's start with the Jesse Marsch topic. Centered with this question: would Leeds have stayed up if Jesse Marsch stayed instead of when he got sacked, and they had to rely on other managers who also got sacked, and then Big Sam came in and got them relegated? Would Jesse Marsch have kept Leeds United up? I need an answer. Just give me your answer first.
I want to say yes. I want to say yes purely because of the fact that he was only in there for I think 292 days, something like that. Someone please fact check me.
Damn.
I saw.
Someone came out of nowhere with that number. That's crazy.
Like, damn, okay.
No, I saw an article. That's why I saw an article. I think it was 200 something days.
He came out of nowhere with that number and then fact check me. Like you gotta know if you're spitting out numbers like that.
Fact check me. It's around that number, and I feel like it's hard for players to really like believe, because in that type of level, it's all about self belief, and if you don't believe in what your manager is putting out on the table, it's not gonna do well, especially if you have new managers constantly like Leeds did, not like new like every single month. You know what I mean? Like you're changing managers, your new tactics, new players in the sense of like certain players are now dropped from the squad that was playing. The self confidence drops. So I feel like if he stayed, I feel like they would have been better off. I mean, I don't know if they. I'm gonna stick with my original answer. I don't think they would have been relegated, but I think they would have been on a bottom half finish. But I think they would have pulled it out. I think Big Sam also, he used to be a West Ham manager, but I think it was a bit unfair. He only had like 4 games to do something, 4 or 5. So I feel like that's a bit unfair for him. But they tried. They gave it their all. I mean, their last few games were a bit tough. I mean, Tottenham home, and then West Ham before that, and then a few other games that are a bit more difficult to actually complete. But I think they gave it their all. I mean, unfortunate for a lot of players, but I think they'll be back up. Hopefully, I think they have the squad to do it. But yeah, I think Leeds owners should have been a bit more patient. I feel like that goes with a lot of the teams that are been like we're in the bottom half that were relegated. Should have been more patient with their managers that were already there instead of swapping them immediately. Because as you can see, West Ham kept Moyes, of course, didn't get relegated. Nottingham Forest kept their manager, didn't get relegated. So I feel like and the teams that did get relegated did swap their managers, and some of them multiple. So I feel like it's always best to stick with what you got because the players already go into the season knowing what to do, and switching it all up sometimes is good. But in these 3 cases specifically, Leeds, it just wasn't good enough. It wasn't the right fit. So that's my spiel.
I like that. He was ready for that. Goodness.
That's good.
Wow.
I'm gonna come in with a different angle. I don't think he would have kept them up anyway, but I don't think it was the right move to sack him.
Okay.
I think he's a talented manager. I think he's got, let's be honest, a poor squad. Literally the season before, they finished, here's the numbers, 3 points above the relegation, 3 points above Burnley. They haven't been good for a while now. And this is under Bielsa, who everybody raves about Bielsa, and I'm not saying he's not a great manager, but like if he's a great manager and they barely struggle to stay up, like I don't think it was super fair to kick Marsch off for having a tough time with Leeds. They have some talented players, but the squad overall isn't it, and it wasn't clicking. But that doesn't mean he couldn't have gone to that point. And even if he does get relegated, and like I said, I think he would have gone relegated no matter what, just because of the quality of the squad and how they were handling it. He's a quality manager, and I think you give him time in the championship, build that team, give him that time to really mesh his ideas in there. I think they come back up pretty soon, and maybe even better than before. And so I think they should have kept him and stuck with him. But instead, they fired him, which I think they're going to regret that. Hired someone like Big Sam, who still got them relegated, and then they got rid of Big Sam, and now they have to go get a whole new manager. Like it's just. I think they should have stuck with him whether he got relegated or not, which I think he would have. But
I love no one's mentioned the name Big Sam since he got hired. We just totally forgot. Like Leeds were on a downward trajectory. There's no point in talking about him.
Yeah.
I also realized too that when we cut up these videos, people are gonna not listen to the intro of the podcast, and they're just gonna see me and Diego in the same kit, and they might think we're bozos. I can't lie. They might think we're bozos.
Oh, also to interject, I fact checked my original statement of 292 days. I was indeed wrong by a lot. It's 300 and I forgot.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
343 days. I mean,
not even a year though.
Less than a year.
Yeah, less than a year.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I mean, I'll give my opinion here, I guess. I think he would have kept them up. I mean, I'm more, I guess, in between everyone, but I think he would have kept them up. It was bad sacking to have done. I think Leeds ownership was faced a lot of pressure from both fans and pundits and whatnot to sack him, but I think he could have kept them up. That's what he did the year before. He's known for keeping teams up, which is like not the best pedigree to have as a manager, but also is really good. Although I'm going to pivot this a little bit because I'm getting annoyed at this, that a lot of people blame him because he's American, as was the team. A lot of people got mad at him and the team for being American, and that was why, bless you, and that was why they didn't stay up, which is very unfortunate. I don't know if you saw Weston McKennie, when at the last game when he got subbed off, the fans were chanting, you fat bastard, you fat bastard. Like, come on, man.
Damn.
If you gave Jesse Marsch a couple more months and he would have kept you up, you guys wouldn't have been saying anything. But
yeah.
But they're not giving essentially credit where credit is due and telling the ownership group that they're wrong instead of the players on the pitch for making that change. Go on, Jess.
I was just gonna say, just the fans being frustrated, and at that point, when you're getting relegated, all like conscious, like normal thinking goes out the window, and blame just goes to everyone. And unfortunately, it was to the Americans. And it's very unfortunate. But I feel like in reality, once like Leeds fans calm down after being relegated, I think they'll come to the conclusion that their ownership is what led to their downfall. That has led to their downfall in the past few years, but specifically this year with their decision making. And it's really annoying with the ownership and getting pressed by the fans and pundits and all that stuff. Is like, just stick with your guns, like don't like abandon ship. I know it's it's common just to abandon ship, but in football, especially in those high leagues. But I feel like it's just stick to your guns, and then if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. But you don't know unless you don't try it, and they just abandoned ship, and then it didn't even work out at all. Probably ended up worse, if I'm being completely honest with you, because they had no hope in that last game.
Yeah.
Then against Tottenham, they just got demolished instantly by Harry Kane. So, and then West Ham the week before that, and then Newcastle they drew, which gave them a little bit of hope, but that was about it. But yeah, I feel like just stick to your guns. Future, the new Premier League clubs, Luton Town, Burnley.
We already did this video too about what Luton needs to do to stay in. So if you guys want to watch that,
Luton Town, Burnley, and then what's the other club? Sheffield. Just stick to your guns. Stick to your managers. I have high hopes for these new incoming teams. I feel like they'll do. I think they'll do decent. I know it's a bit off topic, but I feel like they're a strong squad, all three of them. Yeah. So I feel like they'll stay up.
I'm looking forward to,
especially Burnley for me.
Yeah, I was gonna say literally Vincent Kompany. That man, I'm excited for him. I want to see what he does with Burnley. He did destroy the championship. Let's see him get into the Prem. Let's see another Pep protege come in and just kill it like Arteta has been doing it. Yeah, I want to see that.
Yeah,
just don't bottle anything, and I think they'll be fine.
At least to all of us, like since we've been watching Burnley are a Premier League club to us at least. Yeah. So to me, I feel like they deserve to be there. I know exactly, but especially like now, the championship was a very big shock to me. But of course, they killed it. I was sad for Sheffield too, because Sheffield, they haven't, like, they were decent for one. They had one really good season, I remember, in like the past 4 or 5 years. I forget exactly when, but I'm glad they're back. And then Luton, of course, we're all excited for Luton.
They look solid though. They do look solid.
Luton or Sheffield?
Very, very collected side, but that's just my spiel. We talked about that. So brief on it, but solid team.
Agreed. All right, let's pivot a little bit to this La Liga logo because I'm itching to see this.
It's bad. It's everything that modern corporations go for because it's simple and they think it's cool and hip, and it's not. It's just, it loses personality, it loses flair, and it's just boring. It's just boring.
The modern touch of simplicity.
Yeah,
that everyone goes for.
I hate it.
Which I like in some ways, but in a lot of ways I don't. And how has this become a graphic design podcast all of a sudden? It's amazing.
Well, we talked about the World Cup logo and how ass that was. So.
It's true. We did do that.
It's a downhill. It's a downhill of logos.
Yeah.
It really is.
Next thing you know, Adidas, Nike are going to do revamps, and it's going to be just not it.
Oh, like, look at this, right? This thing is clean.
Yeah. This is the normal Liga logo that everyone knows about, of course.
Yeah.
Of course. And I'm just going to play here and let's see. I haven't seen it. And I might have, but I haven't really seen the what it looks like. So I'm going to play here from the Liga. Here we go.
It's trending. Sorry.
Look at that. What is that? It's like 2 legs. Like a cut off from the body. Like, what is that? Someone got paid to do two little legs.
2 little lines. 2 legs.
Like, who you got paid to do that? Like, bro, what?
Okay, if I'm being honest here, I'm not the most upset about it. Although I am upset they're changing it. I don't think it needs changing at all. It's beautiful. It's nice. I love the La Liga logo. Although I'm not mad at it, but it looks like a video game. To me, like, it looks like League of Legends.
Atari.
That was my first thought.
Mix.
It looks like if League of Legends tried to revamp their brand, I would go with that.
Yeah.
You know, this doesn't look like La Liga. Andres was it was right. The one that Andres showed me was that. So I did get a spoil, unfortunately.
Sorry.
Can I say that the L is weird because like La Liga is just saying the league, right? Imagine a symbol or a logo like for the league that's just TL. Who looks at TL and they're like, oh, the league. So it's the same thing here where like you look at LO and you're like La Liga. Like I don't know. I feel like it's just I just hate it. I hate that it's.
But it's in Spanish, so it's cool, Diego. You forget. It's in Spanish, so it's cool and different.
No, I disagree. I hate it.
It just reminds me of like the Atari logo. I don't know why it just does.
I think that's fair. I see that. I see that.
And it's just like it's like why, you know, like I genuinely look at this logo. I'm looking at it right now on my phone. I think it's a company that sells like, you know, like electronic stuff. I kid you not.
I was gonna say like,
if I saw this logo,
that's why I said it's a video game thing.
Yeah, it's like okay, whatever. Just stick to the standards. I mean, when the Premier League changed their logo, it was like a cooler version of the original Barclays Premier League like logo with the lion.
Right.
Like that was cool. It was like that's a iconic logo, but like the new one looks good because it's still kept.
It's still the lion.
It's still the lion. This is just words and 2 L's.
It's just two letters.
To me, it's like same with like as an example like MLS. MLS went from a really classic logo, which hate it or not, like it was clean. I love the logo to a nice one as well. I'm gonna get a little deeper with this one because I feel like La Liga. Diego and I've talked about it that one episode we recorded. La Liga's downgrading slowly. If not downgrading, I feel like not doing much to elevate themselves back up to the Messi Ronaldo heights. And for this to coincide with it marks almost an era of disappointment for me. Possible disappointment. I don't like it. I think it's entirely unnecessary. Like I said, why change? Why not use the other one and make it 3D or something? I don't know. Like just change the original one and improve, not alter, not change. Sorry, not change.
Yeah.
Just so shit, man. I hate. And I just want to say they spent. This looks like they spent like 2 minutes deciding it. They actually probably had a committee doing this for months, months doing different designs, and they probably had some really cool designs that have been like, oh, that's sick, and they chose this one because they were like, they're like, this is simple, this is modern. Yeah, this is football. I guarantee you that's what they said in the committee.
Just that cool was so much better than any logo that we've seen from them.
It's just
it's to put it out there too. We covered in one of our most recent episodes as well was the World Cup logo that was announced for 2026, and they attempted a little bit of modern simplicity to it, which is very known in graphic design recently. And it's just like upsetting. Like, why the year of terrible logos, and why is this happening? Why is it happening right now?
The FIFA World Cup logo. The FIFA World Cup logo looks like the logo that you say like, oh, presenting the FIFA World Cup logo, and that's loading, like, before they show it. That's what that logo looks like.
Wow, I like that. It's just so disappointing. I'm also curious to see. I wonder how it's gonna look like on the sleeve next year. What are they gonna do? Sleeve. How's it gonna look?
It's gonna look like an ad, like someone who paid a sponsor.
I'm curious though. Like, I really do want to see it.
God, we don't watch La Liga too much.
That's disappointing. Let's stay in La Liga. Well, kind of stay, kind of leave. Like Karim Benzema. Karim Benzema. One of the best Real Madrid players in recent history. Easily. Ballon d'Or winner. Won Champions Leagues. One time with France, or didn't actually, but French player, a part of a successful French team, and he's officially accepted an offer to go to the Saudi League, which is the first time we've seen this. Most notably, Cristiano Ronaldo, also of Real Madrid stature and former Real Madrid teammate. And Real Madrid's going. Karim Benzema is going to Saudi Arabia purely for the money, to the new Chinese league, as I personally would like to say. How do you feel about it? How do you feel about this move for him?
Some money grab. Hey, you could do what you got to do, okay? Do what you got to do in terms of the money grab. Set your family up for life and yourself up for life, future generations up for life. It's disappointing because I feel like he still had more to offer,
Yeah.
Like, I feel like he wasn't just done yet. I feel like he had a lot more to offer. I feel like he always could bring something in those Champions League games specifically because those were the only games I watched of Real Madrid. No offense to any Real Madrid fans, just not a fan of La Liga. But it's sad to see him go because he was such an important piece, especially the past 2 years. Benzema, but especially with that Real Madrid campaign they had. But yeah, it's disappointing to see, but I mean, it's gonna keep happening. With new players too, it's just gonna keep happening. More and more players are gonna go to Saudi Arabia, and then it's going to be the Chinese league. I guarantee you. We had an whole episode talking about this too.
We've had an entire video about this already.
Yeah,
so didn't even do that well. Out. But
yeah, I feel like he's accomplished so much. I feel like he can do whatever he wants. But it's disappointing to see him leave so early. But get the bread, son.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't even say terribly early because he is old. He is. Let me just make sure before I say he's 35. So
I feel like he had a year or two left.
I would say so too. I mean, your average player at 35 is, if not retired, at a pretty poor side. So for him to make this move, I think it is good for him. I mean, he had the money he needed, but I saw a quote from Fabrizio Romano that apparently he was telling people, Karim Benzema that is, was telling people, you can't turn down 400 million, which I think is the contract.
God,
you can't turn down 400 million. I'm like, I mean, I guess not. And we're never ever going to be in that position to accept that kind of money. No. So we never know what that's going to feel like.
Honestly, at 34, you have the Ballon d'Or, you have the Champions Leagues. 35, you have the league titles, you have everything. 400 million, bro. Sign me up. I'm going.
You might as well.
Peace.
You might as well. I mean, this Saudi league though. I want to say. First of all, I want to say, can we start calling this a retirement league instead of MLS, please? Because they are getting the best players and they make it the best retirement league. I'm sorry, but at least offer them hundreds of millions of dollars. We'll get back to that later with Messi. But what's going to happen to this league when the government doesn't care anymore? Because it's notoriously run by the government or funded by the government who has all this money. What happens when the government has to shift focus elsewhere? What happens when they can't give this money anymore to the league and the Saudi league drops to exactly the same level as the Chinese league now? Where do these players go? I find all this funding and stuff pointless personally. I mean, I understand what they're trying to do. They're trying to make one of the biggest leagues in the world, and they're seriously giving them a good push. It's just not the way you do it.
No, I mean, money can't fix everything. Money can't solve everyone's problems, and in football, that's the case.
Yeah, they're not going to make it one of the biggest leagues in the world. But
they're trying to. Is what I mean. They're trying to.
They're trying to, and they're not going to get there. But with that being said, they are getting more viewers than they've ever gotten before.
Yeah,
with Ronaldo.
It's true.
So it's working a little bit, and I'm not gonna argue against that strategy. Obviously, when you have that much money, there's not really much you can do. This is a world based around money, and when you got that, you can do whatever the hell you want. So, good on them. But yeah, they're not even gonna get close to the top 5 leagues in the world anytime soon, if ever.
No,
but
no. But it's a good push. I mean, you can
maybe they use a few dark arts. They start a civil war inside Italy.
Oh my god,
bro! What?
Oh my god, what is happening?
Hey, yo, what?
Man's getting political over here, bro.
Man, kind of stuff.
Man is saying invasion is gonna happen just so League can
take it. That stuff happens. Don't be surprised if it starts seeing links to Saudi Arabia. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, this is a controversy.
That went so far out there. That was so random.
Hey, I don't mind it though. I don't mind.
This is what Liga's for.
We think here.
That's what Liga. Well,
I don't know about that. Sometimes.
I don't know about that one. Yeah, that's we.
Sorry, I think.
Well, that's still okay.
Right.
It's fine. That's a crazy theory, but you know what?
I really am curious though how we're gonna look at this league in 10 years' time.
Watch us be completely wrong.
We could be completely wrong, and honestly, I wouldn't mind being completely wrong. But when we were delving into football a little more than just recreationally, the Chinese league was still in full effect. They were still doing their thing. Oscar was still playing over there. Diego Costa was over there. Hook was over there. All these things. We didn't necessarily know it was going to end like this at the time, and now it has, and it's pretty disgraced. I mean, I've watched a few videos on it now, and it's the way that their downfall has just been unprecedented over there. Once the government stopped supplying the league with money and things like that. Saudi Arabia can do. So I'm just curious how we're going to look at it in the future. And it could be complete opposite. And again, I don't want another Chinese story like that, and the Chinese Super League kind of thing. So we'll see. I'm just curious what kind of talent they're going to attract.
Oldies,
because it's interesting. I mean, like we've said before, exactly. Like we said before, they need to develop the young talent and then ship them off to these big teams. That's the only way they're going to get any pedigree at all. Like, there's so many leagues that you could name 20, 30 other leagues that you would send them to ahead of them, just to get some pedigree, some development going.
To the Bundesliga 3.
Bundesliga. I mean, even I would too. Or the third division of the German football.
I know. I was just making a joke, but yeah.
Like one league I've been hearing a lot about recently, especially as an American fan, is the Israeli league over there, like Maccabi Tel Aviv, Maccabi Haifa, those teams over there, and a lot of Americans go over there. Actually, one of the player for, I forget which one. I don't want to say what I get wrong, but he played keeper for them, and they play against PSG in the Champions League this past season, and he actually went to my school, which is pretty cool. But UCSD, yeah, he went to UCSD.
Okay,
and he plays over there. But yeah, I know. But like, there's other American names I've heard that are Israeli teams are interested in, as well as Bundesliga things. And I mean, I wouldn't be. I don't know the league at all, but I would not be opposed to sending people there to develop. Saudi Arabia League, I don't know. I'd be kind of like the likelihood of, imagine being a striker that, like, a younger mid-20s striker that just signed for whatever team that Benzema was going to, and then a few months later, this Big Ben's guy over here gets signed up for $400 million, and you just lost your spot. Like, they don't care about you.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just I don't want to say upsetting, but it's just concerning. Concerning would be the word.
So, luckily, we don't have to worry about that, because over here in America, our league is growing, and it's no longer becoming that retirement league, unless someone specifically comes over.
Wow.
Also known as the GOAT.
Wow.
Messi.
Wow, that was unprecedented.
That's crazy.
That was wonderful.
Thank you.
That was wonderful. I was literally just about to start segueing it, and then you came out of nowhere and just did that. I appreciate it.
No appreciate it. I got you.
Yeah, I mean, the Messi to MLS and Barcelona. Rumors have been amplified recently, past couple weeks, of course, especially with comments made by Xavi. He said Messi's going to make his decision this week now. He said, when he said next week, but that means this week. But one rumor that has been going around, interesting kind of deal, is that he gets signed by Inter Miami, David Beckham's Inter Miami, who also just sacked their manager a couple days ago, by the way, Phil Neville.
Damn.
Potentially awaiting for Messi, not up to Messi standards. They're going to get someone better in.
Messi said, "Nah, not him."
Get Neville out. Get Neville out. The worst managing duo of footballing history. I just want to say a brotherly duo. Inter Miami will sign him, ship him on loan to Barcelona for 6 to 18 months. Not a confirmation on that, on how long that would be, but whatever, I guess, is appropriate for both sides. And then he comes back and plays in the US of A. Also doing that to help circumvent the La Liga's financial rules, which is a very smart way. And I like it personally as a MLS fan. But I want to hear what you guys think.
I was literally in my thing. I was like, "There's no way he goes to Barcelona because they can't afford him. Because that's why he left in the whole first place. Couldn't afford him." But that theory that you just brought up, that idea, that's a shout. That is a shout. That is a shout. Because I was about to say, financially doesn't make any sense. But I mean, that works in theory, right? But that's a whole lot of people, moving parts that are all working simultaneously. And that's probably going to be like the weirdest deal involving two clubs ever done, in terms of signing him as a free agent and then loaning him out just so Barcelona can afford him, and then him coming back. I mean, if they pull that off, if that theory is true, and it does happen within the couple weeks, this week, knowing our luck, is going to happen tomorrow as soon as we post this shit. But probably will. But it'd be sick. I'm not gonna lie, because it's just the way he comes here and then just goes back and then comes back and then plays. Would be cool to see Messi play here. But I think it'd be very interesting. I feel like
there you go. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think this is pretty straightforward. Of course, we want to see Messi come back to the MLS. I mean, that's not a difficult one. And if he wants to go to Barca, like Andres said, nice way to circumvent the financial rules, and I'm down for it. I mean, I don't really got much to say on that. I think I'm down for it.
Yeah, it's interesting. I want to see more deals like this going on around the world. It's gonna be interesting. I mean, this week has been full of like weird deals because you guys probably don't know. I don't think, but the Chelsea and Manuel Ugarte, I don't know how to pronounce his last name fully, but it's collapsed now, and he's probably gonna go to PSG. But there was an idea that part of the transfer fee would have involved Chelsea buying a minority stake in the club.
What the?
Yeah. So it's I don't know, kind of interesting. I'm interested to see if anything else would happen like that.
Just new ways of buying players.
New ways of buying players. I mean, money changes, so do negotiations, I guess. But yeah, I mean, Messi to the MLS. This is a good way to do it because it lets the league build up to anticipation. And I know part of the deal for Messi and the MLS between was a lot of rights, a lot of like imaging rights, and Apple TV and things like that for Messi. A lot of sponsorships, and he would get good cuts from all this. But it allows, if he's there for even 6 months, it allows the league to build anticipation on their own. I mean, if you in comparison, and Nkunku's going to come to Chelsea in the summer. Everyone knows that. Chelsea have never officially announced it yet. They might have, but I mean, like they don't. Even if they did, it was one little thing and they haven't made it that big of a deal. But he's been firing in the Bundesliga. You could easily market that if they're capable of. Messi, if that's known that he's going to be going back to Inter Miami at some point, you can market that so well. Build anticipation, get people to start going, release the fixture lists even earlier if they really wanted to. Have some more friendlies going on. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw an Inter Miami Barcelona friendly. Messi puts on one kit the first half, puts on the second kit the next half. But just like things like that. Just things like that. I think it's great.
Hugo Sanchez did that. Mexican legend. He played. Pumas played the Mexican national team in a friendly, and he was obviously Mexican, so he actually played for Pumas in the Mexican national team first half, Pumas in the second half. So in a friendly, so they could do that. That'd be kind of cool though. Seeing just swapping.
Little ball knowledge there. Messi probably can't play the whole time, but ball knowledge.
No. Yeah,
love it, Andres. Love it, Andres. Yeah, it's just an interesting deal. I mean, Xavi wants him at Barca. He probably wants to go back to Barca after being treated so poorly by the PSG fans. We'll be welcome with open arms.
Yeah, that was poor. That was poor
over in Spain. PSG. Yeah,
but I mean, what do you expect from a Farmers League? I mean, come on, let's be real here. What do you expect? God, fans don't know anything. Because all they do is win a Farmers League title. Let's be real here.
Damn. Okay.
That's all they win is a Farmers League title, and then that's it.
This is pent
nothing in Europe. I'm sorry, but just annoying.
This is pent up.
They think they're the shit, but they're not.
Totally fair. No one really likes PSG except PSG fans. I mean, it's
also imagine having that squad and not being able to do anything in the Champions League. I'm just gonna say that, like, genuinely, like. That squad should have won.
They won the league this year by I think 1 point. I'm pretty sure just 1 point. Yeah.
That's just sad.
Lens barely lost out on winning it.
That's right. Which would have been crazy, by the way. Imagine RC Lens won this. I'm not even gonna say Lens anymore because I don't know if that's the right pronunciation. I thought Reims was straightforward.
That's true. Actually, but... You're right. Hold on,
put him in his office.
I'll get one right now.
So he's up.
A Lens pronunciation.
Hey, we're just educating ourselves and the people.
10-second ads. Hold on.
10-second ads. Jesus. YouTube. Hey, promote us, but come on.
If we had a sponsor, this is where we chuck them in.
Lawns.
So basically, as pretentious as you can say it, it's the French. Lawns. What do you expect?
Lawns.
The League one knows lawns. All right.
Lawns France.
I'm gonna have to do research about all these teams now.
I know.
No, not the Farmers Leagues. Get the fuck out of here.
Jesus.
They don't deserve to be my memory bank.
Just so you know, if you're really interested in Liga, and we're not the channel for you. We don't.
We are not the channel.
Yeah. And if we do,
MLS,
if we do, it's on just talking so much crap about it. I'm just gonna throw it out there.
Yeah.
All right.
Sorry. Sorry, not sorry.
No, he's not sorry.
He's not one bit.
No. He's really not sorry. All right, let's move forward to let's just go Tottenham because the whole topic was we covered, by the way. 35 minutes.
What do we think of Tottenham?
Chat, let's go to Diego.
Okay.
It's looking like Tottenham are going to sign the Celtic manager, the Australian.
Yes.
He is Australian until today.
I need to say his name correctly. I don't know how to say his name.
It's Australian.
Need another pronunciation video.
Hard.
Have you seen his name before, Andres?
Yeah, I didn't even bother. I looked at it and I said, "Nah, I'm good."
There's a 1:10 long video on how to pronounce this guy's name. I don't
Nah,
know.
that's cap.
3 years ago? Good lord.
Okay, we'll say let's get on the topic here. Let's say
Postecoglou.
Postecoglou. Okay.
Yeah.
Tottenham looked set to sign Postecoglou as their new manager. And Diego being the Tottenham fan here, I only wish he was wearing a Tottenham kit so we can show it. He is a Tottenham fan.
He was literally wearing
I know. That's the joke. That's the joke. Wait. There we go.
Wow.
Thank you.
I did just cringe so hard at that.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Don't let me engage with the soundboard. Anyways, they're set to sign him from the Scottish Premiership. And I want to know your thoughts about it. Talk to me now.
It's the worst managerial appointment ever? No. Is it promising? Yes.
Oh.
Is it still a little disappointing? Yes. That was kind of my quick summary thoughts on it. Like,
quote that.
Yeah. Did I want Luis Enrique? Probably. Did I want Nagelsmann? Absolutely. Did I want Pochettino, or at least try to do something with him? But we literally just said, no, Chelsea, you can have him. We didn't even approach him. Fabrizio said we literally just let Chelsea talk to him and did nothing. We literally... I hate that. I hate that so much.
Daniel Levy knows football.
And now I'm seeing Poch in Chelsea jerseys and merch, and it physically hurts me. I hope you know this. Like,
I
honestly,
hope Elijah buys that merch.
inside.
And wears it.
Oh, I'm buying next year's kit.
Of course,
100%.
But I'm saying, like, just seeing Poch wearing that, it hurts. It hurts.
It's beautiful.
But
it's beautiful.
Besides the point. Let's not get into a depressive spiral here.
Ainge, there.
We are. my boy Ainge. I don't know. I've been doing a little research on him. Yeah. The big Aussie. Yeah, I've been doing a little research on him.
The big Aussie. Someone write this down, bro. Put this in a chat, dog. What?
He's a big guy. Okay. He's a bigger guy. We love him for it though.
Okay.
We love him. Big Ainge. So okay. So we're off topic, bro.
Dude, you keep going down these weird avenues. Just say what you're gonna say.
My boy Ainge.
Talk to me about the signing, not the person. It's like, how do you feel about the signing line?
I was about to say he won the treble at Celtic this season, which is pretty big. Obviously, they're one of the bigger teams in Scotland, but still, it's not an easy thing to do. He has a good managerial record, and he likes to incorporate the youth. He's a great manager. Like, that's like the biggest thing people say about him. He's a great manager. He loves talking to the players and really speaking to them on like a one-on-one level. So I'm hoping that along with his managerial skills, he's able to transfer it into the big leagues, into the big time, and we get maybe a Poch level manager, someone who's there to really break out into his own.
The second
really
coming of Poch calls.
I'm not going to speak anything too soon, but hey, bro, if I don't do that, I'm grasping at thin air, and I
it's
don't
the
want
hope
to
that kills you, mate. Realistically, you should have just signed Ted Lasso. Let's be real here. He was your manager at one point.
Vibes would have been there. The vibes
so American.
Vibes would have been there.
Right
well, no. It's a callback because like 10 years ago they did an advertisement and he was the Tottenham.
Oh, that's
manager.
right. That's true. I did forget about that. Yeah,
that is true.
That's my callback.
Yeah.
I do know.
I'm sorry, Angus.
But I will say this: there's a huge contrast to the managers that we've been signing in Mourinho and Conte. Postecoglou is a huge. Okay, we're not gonna talk about Nuno. Nuno never existed to us.
No, Nuno never existed.
No. Who Nuno? Who? I don't know who the hell you're talking about.
He's in the Saudi league now. He's in the.
No way.
Yeah. He won a title. He just won a title this year. I'm pretty sure. He's the manager. Whoever just won the title.
He is. He's the manager. Yeah. Ronaldo's team. Yeah.
That's crazy that everyone forgot. Coach for the Wolves. That's crazy.
I know.
Yeah.
Poor lad.
He was asked for us though. He still won a manager of the month though in his first month.
That's right.
Whatever.
So then you said he's different than Conte. He's different than Mourinho. Of course,
Very
those were
different.
win now managers. Are you
Yeah.
excited at the idea? Then is that
I
a good
like
thing?
the idea. I like his philosophy. Is he a little unknown? Yes, but that's what I said. If he can be that Poch energy of a manager who's up and coming, who's promising, and then he just kind of grows into his own. And look at Poch now. He's playing for the biggest teams in PSG and in Chelsea, where they have the budget, and I can't deny that they have that. So if Ainge can be that guy for us again, let's get back to that time where we were under Poch. I miss those vibes, man. It was a good time. It was a good time.
Moving from the Scottish Premiership over to the Premier League is not easy too. I mean, we'll see how it happens, and I do have faith in him. I think he's gonna be successful. I mean, he Sir Alex Ferguson came over from Aberdeen, killed it. I mean, he made Aberdeen one of the powerhouses in the world. Exactly, and then but you also have Steven Gerrard, who came over from Rangers to Aston Villa. He struggled, and he was obviously the problem. I mean, it's very obvious now. So you never know. You never know what's gonna happen. I mean, so many things it could be different with each manager, and but what Diego said, I do like that. I do like that. His the man managing the youth. I'm interested to see.
I am too.
But the next Battle of the Bridge is going to be crazy. I mean, the Derby.
It is.
Or at the Bridge or Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. That's going to be going because it's going to be it's going to be the betrayal of Mauricio Pochettino to Tottenham fans. It's going to be the hopefully second coming of Christ for Chelsea fans. While also seeing what the newspaper guy can do, Mr. Ainge over here. Andres,
I'm going to be interested in how our fans.
That's what I was going to say.
Kind of approach Poch in this whole thing.
Yeah.
We'll see.
It's going to be toxic. Tottenham fans are so toxic. No offense, Diego. You're the exception.
What do you? We are not toxic. What are you
talking about? So toxic, dude. So toxic.
I feel like it also is going to depend on how Chelsea's doing at the time. Because if Chelsea are firing, which I think they could do very well. I mean, it's Pochettino and he has a really good core. If they're firing in the moment, Tottenham fans are going to be feeling even worse, especially if Tottenham's doing on the opposite side of the coin.
Yeah.
It's also interesting too because let's say this doesn't work out at all with the signing of Ainge, and this is like within the season sacking kind of thing.
Damn.
Which I doubt it, but who knows what Daniel Levy will be on in the moment. He could be sensible. He could not be. Who knows what Tottenham fans are going to call for. It sucks, but there's going to be zero options in the moment. I mean, there is zero options now. It's a very scarce job market, pool of potential candidates with Nagelsmann and Luis Enrique being on top. But by then, they could be. It's looking like I think PSG want Nagelsmann.
Yeah,
he could go to PSG. Luis Enrique, I'm sure, could go to anywhere else. I mean, he could literally go anywhere else that he wants to. So you never know. And by then, if Ainge doesn't work out, then it's going to be an even worse situation than it is now. Dig, I want to keep it on time just a little bit. Just a little bit. Actually, I'm going to make this a little bit bigger topic here that I didn't write down, and you guys don't need to look it up or anything, but I kind of want to talk about it. And it's should English players move out from the Premier League? Because this is going to hit home for you both. Harry Kane has been apparently being offered to Real Madrid recently. I'm sorry. Harry Kane's being offered to Real Madrid a lot recently, apparently, and he could move to La Liga. Declan Rice is also being offered to Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich are very interested in him, and we know he's going to move this summer. But if he moves to the Bundesliga, that would be very unprecedented. We wouldn't have thought about that. Yeah, so that's two big English players who. Harry Kane is the biggest English player. Declan Rice is one of the biggest midfielders in England, and he will lead the midfield for years to come. Mm-hmm. Is it a good move for these players to move abroad instead of staying in their comfort zone in England? Is this a good idea? And Jude Bellingham too. I want to put that out there. Jude Bellingham going to Real Madrid over there. That's three big English players playing abroad, and now staying in the Premier League. How do you guys feel about it?
See, personally, I would prefer Declan Rice to go to Bayern Munich just so I don't have to deal with him scoring against us and celebrating, just so I could avoid that and not have to see that ever in my life. But I feel like it wouldn't be horrible because he wants to win trophies. Bayern Munich win trophies, and I feel like they have a pretty good chance. They're like one of the clubs that, at the beginning of the season, they're in the Champions League. You're like, oh, could they win it this year? He wants to win the Champions League. He said that he wants to win the big trophies, and I feel like if he goes like the Arsenal, there's a chance, but it's a slimmer chance, to win the Champions League. if he goes to Arsenal, and if he goes like City have been rumored to be interested, but I don't really see it. But I don't mind him. I don't mind it because he was gonna win stuff. It won't be bad for him because the Bundesliga is still a decent league. Nothing compared to the Premier League, of course, but it's still gonna be decent, competition wise. I like that. I wouldn't mind the move. I'd definitely buy a Bayern Munich kit, personally. But if he went to Real Madrid, I wouldn't mind, but I'd prefer him to go to the Bundesliga personally.
I was thinking it was Bayern Munich are the opposite of Real Madrid in terms of European football. Real Madrid may not always win the league, but they'll always be the end stages of the Champions League. Bayern Munich always wins the league, and yet they always choke some part along the Champions League bracket there. Diego, Harry Kane to Real Madrid. Thoughts?
I'm going to be honest. I don't think he's leaving England. But if you want my thoughts purely on the move, I'm not against it. I mean, I'm there with Andres. If I don't have to see Kane scoring for another team more often than I have to, then I'm okay with that.
Preach it, brother.
Preach it. Yeah. But I'll be honest. He's not leaving England. He's the most likely person to break Alan Shearer's record.
That's right. I did see that. He wouldn't leave being only 46 goals away, 47 goals away.
No,
that's two seasons away.
2 seasons away, and he becomes the greatest scorer in Premier League history. And maybe he adds a few trophies. All of a sudden, you're talking about one of the greatest Premier League players of all time. So, I don't think it's at all possible for him to leave. But if he does, I'm with it. Let's go. Go to Germany. Go to Spain. Get out of here. But
get
don't
out
score against Mike. Don't score against my club. That's all I ask.
Amen, brother. Amen, brother. All right, I like that.
Oh, right, I had a question, real quick.
Please,
completely off topic.
Please.
Eden Hazard had contract got terminated. Elijah, would you take him back?
Yes. Actually, yes. I think there's gonna be parameters though. I think we sign him back, and he has to
stop eating it in and out.
I was gonna say he has to and that's California thing,
in and out is definitely not in Spain, but it's barely a national thing here.
I know. He has to assure us that he will come back into the preseason in the fittest form possible that he can be in at his age. If he comes, I would totally take him if he comes back, backup cam spot, and under Mauricio Pochettino, I think would hit different. I think it'd be beautiful, really good. Legend to have. People would look, younger players which are trying to build a core on would look up to him. I mean, he's arguably the best winger we've ever seen in the Prem. And to have many promising wingers at Chelsea, very easy could help them improve a lot in the 2 or 3 years he would spend here. Of course I would take it back. He has said when he left Chelsea, he said he wants to come back after Real Madrid. I would 100% take him. 100%. Okay. I think under Pochettino he would fire. I mean, he would do so good personally. I think we do have to take age into account. He is old, but that's why he has to take on a backup, nurturing kind of spot in the club. Mm-hmm. I would love it'd be amazing to have him back though.
Also save money.
One of my favorite players of all time. Exactly. It's a signing that
something to ponder in the off season. Probably a potential future video idea.
I feel as though Chelsea wouldn't do it personally, but it definitely was at least a 5-minute consideration by Pochettino. That's all I need.
Not sure.
I have a question. Thank you, Andres. I appreciate it.
No problem.
Question. I got a question.
Oh.
Here we go.
There's one upping on Jesse here. Does Poch take Lukaku back?
It's not a competition now.
Poch. Oh.
I made him think about that. You got the
oh.
This is
better question than mine.
Trying to look at it from a Pochettino standpoint. Yes. If he was Thomas Tuchel and Thomas Tuchel was here the whole time, no. Because the whole Lukaku interview situation, it's still happening, by the way. It's still unraveling because he wants to make a comment to the media every other week about Chelsea and Inter Milan.
Classic Lukaku, yeah.
Classic
He's
Lukaku.
Not over his ex.
He. What?
No,
Chelsea. No, he has moved on to bigger, better things. We all know.
Bro, he's bigger things, much bigger things. Let's be honest. Now.
Yeah, I'm just saying. He keeps making comments. That's all.
No. I just know what we're referring to. Do you know what we're referring to, Andres?
No, he doesn't. He does it.
I don't.
Okay.
I thought you were making fun of me.
No.
No.
Okay.
He's been rumored to be dating Megan Thee Stallion. So he moved on from Chelsea to Megan Thee Stallion.
Oh, okay.
That's why.
Gotcha.
That's why.
Okay.
Yeah, they just saying on that.
Gotcha.
Anyways, I was saying that
just went right over my head.
It's okay.
I'm just disappointed anyway.
I know. Pochettino takes it into consideration, and I don't blame him for it. I think I wouldn't be opposed to it either. Although I do think if he were to keep him in, bring him back, it's a big risk because much of the Chelsea fan base does not want him back. For the comments he's made, the way he's gone about making these comments, his actions, just blah, blah, blah. As a person, I don't see him back. As a player, I would be opposed. If Pochettino can fire him, which we know he can with attackers, Harry Kane, it's possible. Although, if we have the opportunity, which I know we do, to sign other big-name players, that being Ozyman, that being Vlahovic, things like that, which we are in the running for constantly, I would just rather get one of those instead of Lukaku. But it's what it is. He does want to be here. We'd have to present with him a well-made presentation, for him to stay. So I don't. If it takes that much, then don't put in the effort. Let's just let him leave and see what fee we can get from Milan. So, all right. Any other questions? Accepting them now.
No.
All right. Fantastic.
Just come on, come on, lads.
Let's cap it there. Like we said, we got Europa Conference League final on Wednesday at 12 p.m. for us, which I think would be 7 or 8 in the UK if you're watching from the UK. But 12 p.m. for us. I'm going to try and watch. I'm going to be at work, but I'm still going to try and watch. I know Andres is going to be watching. Are you going to be watching?
I will be watching.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Oh no.
Just making sure. The group chat's going to be wild. Wednesday at 12.
No, I will not be watching. I have work as well. Yeah.
Jobless.
I can slide in there maybe.
Jobless.
I will be watching, but we implore you to watch as well, just for football. Who doesn't want to watch a little bit of football? It's going to be a big game.
And don't get me wrong, Conference League is fine and dandy, but we got the UEFA Champions League final on Saturday, which that's going to be I don't know if we'll do a video before then, but
we'll see what we can do. There will be content revolving around that. Oh, yeah, of course. We might. We've been talking about Diego for a while. We need to do it now. We might bring Diego's brother Joaquin in here. He's a big Man City fan. We might have our first special guest appearance in almost a year.
Special guest.
I think that's a good idea.
Our unofficial fourth co-host.
Unofficial fourth
co-host.
He's been in the background. You just didn't know. He's been in the background of these videos.
Several times, actually. If you look
yes.
back, he's been in the background.
Many videos, yes, actually. He sneezed earlier today, I'm pretty sure.
We're so off topic, but all right.
I know, literally. We're trying to
I'll just close it out. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys want future content revolving around anything football related, because we're coming to a close, please like and subscribe. And let us know what you guys think about what we talked about today. And thank you guys for watching. And come on, you Irons, and peace.
Wait. Hi, Grandma. Bye, Grandma. All right. Good night.